The world we once knew has been lost to shadow. Was it sundered in fire and brimstone? Drowned in flood and rain? Was it tragic decadence, a great fall, unspeakable corruption? Or did the awakening of magic destroy our world? No one knows for certain. Reach through the shadowy mists. Find a fragment of land infested with shadowy corruption, yet lit enough to find your way. Find a creature of light, a sylph. They are friendly and willing to guide you. Perhaps the two of you can find other survivors. Perhaps this land can serve as a shelter. Perhaps together you can build a sort of haven. Forge friendships to save the world.
My camera's not working. What? Oh my gosh. My camera isn't working. This is crazy. But hello, everybody. This is Irena, CEO of Unleashed Games, and you're here to come play Haven with us. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to try jumping into Restream on another tab, see if we can oh yeah, it works on the other tab, but check me out. Now it should work in theory. Hello? Yes, we can figure out software. Yes, we can. I believe in us. So hello, and thank you for joining us at our weekly playtest. Know that the camera is in fact working. Thanks, friends. Every week, in theory, we haven't been doing this for about 5 weeks now, and I'll explain it, please. I mean, you'll understand. But typically, our pattern is we like to play test our game that we have in development. And we've had in development since we started. Well, we started the company in 2022, and we built our prototype starting in May of 2023, and got a $1.3 million investment to build a cross-platform, cross-play prototype that you are going to see here today. Since then, we ran out of money from development, and we have been trying to fundraise since. It's been a little bit difficult in the fundraising market. So the reason why we were offline, and we've been offline for about 5 weeks or so, is because we had a little bit of money. We had actually gotten a contract with a company to make a really cool standalone product, which meant we had a little bit of money in the bank. And so we went hog wild, taking Haven to Gamescom over in Germany to talk with publishers. And in fact, we have a series of publisher conversations open right now, and we have interest from 2 publishers. And they are actually looking for us to have now a solid team. So that's where actually things are getting exciting, because we have the ability to potentially get this project funded right now. If you are a game developer and you are looking for work and you would like to work on a product like this, please find us on LinkedIn at Unleashed Games. You can find me, Irena Pereira. I'll drop my link in in like a caption somewhere, but like send me a message if you have experience building games like this, our game. I'd love to hear from you, and I may set up a more casual workflow, getting people into the room to talk about building out a team and what that could look like. I know a lot of you are looking for jobs. We don't necessarily have money to pay all, like we pretty much burned what little reserves we had, kind of going for that last burst into Gamescom. But now we're kind of back at our shoestring selves. But right now, your name on a spreadsheet could mean the difference between our having a team and not having a team. So we're open to having conversations as long as you fully understand the circumstances, which is we don't have money, we're not paying, but we could negotiate a salary. We could put that salary into a spreadsheet and then put that monthly burn rate into a publisher's hands and tell them how much our team is going to cost. And that, my friends, is another way to find a job, because the team here at Unleashed, the team that we do have, is pretty incredible. Like, it's amazing. We built a little product for somebody else that is kind of a groundbreaking product, which is really exciting. That's what we were doing all summer. And then additionally, we got to work with a really cool published author really closely in developing this experience. The team has had a lot of fun. They've been working really hard for very little money, but at the same time, still delivering, and also still working on Haven and working to get that to not to market yet, because we need more funding to get there. That's the honest truth. This is a prototype. This doesn't get us to like the visual fidelity of what we want. This doesn't get us to the gameplay or even the account infrastructure that we need. We still have work to do there. So that's where we're trying to get investment or a publishing deal to be able to get Haven to market. So that's kind of the update as to where we've not been, I guess, or have been, and how the team has been spending their time. Now, so that's my little, audience update on where Unleashed has been. Now, where is Unleashed going? These publishers are all kind of from different walks, different platforms, different focuses. And we're having conversations around what our game looks like. There might have to be changes to what our game looks like, depending on the publisher and their needs and their specialties. But at the same time, this is the most momentum that I have felt around Haven in a very, very long time. So it's really, really exciting. In fact, I wanted to kind of come back into I guess we can call it the season, since it's the school year. I actually have, bandwidth to get out here to the studio. Summertime's hard, y'all, with the kids being home. But I love them being home. I love spending time with them, but they end up taking over a lot of my attention, which is the right thing, right? But when it comes to like this season, I really wanted to start things off with a bang. And I invited one of my favorite people on LinkedIn. I met him through LinkedIn. I consume all of his content on LinkedIn. And now he's like doing interviews on the BBC about, the economy, and especially as it pertains to the game industry. He like gave the Vibe report from Gamescom to BBC One. But I'm really excited to bring on the guest. Now, here's the thing. It's a little different than normal, because this guest, being that we actually didn't connect at Gamescom, which is kind of a bummer, but we connected in LA most recently. But my guest also lives in Romania. And timing wise, with his family, it didn't necessarily work for him to be live. So what we did was last week was we recorded a playtest from that week, and I have like the video, I have the tape to be able to show you what happened and the things that we talked about. So without any further ado, my guest for Haven on our weekly demo was Catalin Alexandru, game economist for the Stars. Dude is a riot to follow on LinkedIn, has incredible, insightful views on monetization patterns, free to play versus subscription based. How does your game make money? How do you turn your game into a business? But how do you also keep your players happy? Some incredible insights on the game industry come out of that person's brain, and you're going to get some of them next. So I forgot entirely how the entire interview started. So maybe there's a double intro. Let's roll with it. Enjoy. So today we have an incredible guest. This is somebody that I've been dying to have join us for quite a long time, mostly for his acerbic wit, but otherwise for some, great opinions and perspectives on game development. We have with us today Catalin Alexandru, who is an independent behavioral and game economist, but also just an incredible designer and someone who has a really sharp mind for breaking down game economies and monetization and how to marry these two into a healthy game system that drives like player growth and also business growth, all the things that you want to see happen in your game. And I'll actually like ask him more specifically what it is that he does and what, the sort of value he brings to a team. But first, hey, Catalin, it's so nice to have you with us. How are you?
Hi. Hi, Irena. It's lovely. As you said, we've been trying to put this together for a while, and it's beautiful that we finally managed to make it happen.
And the moment is finally here.
Yeah, and I've been aware of of you and your game for quite a long time. It's a bit rare that someone's trying something this ambitious and new in the MMO space. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it for myself.
Well, before we get into like the fun part, which is games and playing the game, I wanted to ask, like, if you could just share with the audience, like, what is a behavioral and game economist? Like, what do you do?
Right. So this usually conjures up images of mobile monetization consultants or basically spreadsheet guys or data obsessed guys who use kind of nudge behavioral economics to kind of push people into certain behaviors. And there's this connotation of I don't know, like
Dark sorcery.
Dark sorcery. This underhanded kind of hacking someone's cognitive space in the brain to make them do what they otherwise wouldn't want to do, or kind of just push them to excess. But it's the way I approach it. I mean, I have a background in mobile game design. I have a background in console game design. Well, a little bit in console, but like PC. I've done most platforms, but this latter part of my career has been focused on basically what's part management consultancy, part game design, part monetization design, in the sense that these three all go together, and the behavioral part of it is relying on traditional psychological frameworks like self-determination theory, making sure that there are behavioral drivers to every part of every mechanic in the game, every system in the game, that they all work together and they're all placed within a market context, so that what the size of your market is, and that gives you options for the types of business models that you can have in your game and the types of mechanics that can go from that. So that's sort of a different way of approaching it. It's more top down than bottom up. It's more looking at the entire structure of the economy and how it fits with the market that you're trying to compete in, what sort of segment you want to attack, and what your tools are to do it. But to me, I think it's a key to more sustainability in game development, viewing it like that. There's nothing nefarious. It's just viewing it, if you're trying to make a living, it's viewing it more as a business and one that you're trying to have sustainable over a very long period of time.
Well, yeah, that's I think something that's missing from a lot of startups and early game teams is this understanding that when you build a game, you're not just making a game for the sake of the game. You actually need to build a healthy business, and figuring out how to monetize that, how to turn that into revenue, is key to survival and key to getting funded. Because if you don't have that information, nobody's going to give you money. Because the whole point of people investing in you is to make money at the end of the day.
No, absolutely. It's, there are kind of shortcuts to doing it. There are ways of optimizing for that will undercut the point of your game in the short term, and there are longer term ways to do it. And I like to think that I'm trying to put together a methodology that is very much focused on the longer term and on making sure that the core of the game is preserved, that it's still offering, a good experience, and it's not just pushing, the pinch is the mobile word. It's not just pinching kind of money out of you, but you're kind of doing it in a conscious way. So yeah, that's the goal.
So Haven, as we've designed it, is we were actually just talking about this in the car on the way to the studio today, that Haven is a mix of subscription and free to play, where you can log in and play, but there are certain things that you don't get for, the persistence that you want unless you do subscribe. What do you think about the world of free to play with microtransactions versus like a subscription model for a game?
I mean, that's been a war in game design since it's just been so heated. Ever since 2007, something like that, when the model started blowing up in Korea, free to play, and it clashed right up against the subscription model that was popular in Western MMOs. And I don't think anything's resolved. Like, I don't think you can say, free to play is the best or subscription's the best, or at the end of the day, there are so many different combinations that you can have of these models, and it depends on your market, on your demographics, on what the other genres are. Because these days it's MMORPGs, there's MMO card games, there's MMO everything right now, right? There's lots of mobile MMOs as well. So yeah, the war is still on.
The war is still going, and it's so funny because as we pitch our game, we get asked often, like, what is your business model? And my response is typically like, well, what do you think it should be? What do you, I mean, I certainly have my opinions, but I think business model is something to be collaborative with the financier, right? And figuring out what the right approach is, like working with a Korean publisher, they push for more of a free to play because most games have to be free to play in Asia, versus someone in Europe might have a different perspective and might, be more interested in a box sale with free to play afterwards, which isn't compatible with different regions. So like all of these things kind of come into play. So asking an early startup that is just trying to figure out their damn gameplay, like, what's your business model? Like, that's almost a later stage question, or is it, Mr. Game Economist?
I mean, here I have to side with the wolf a little bit, in the sense that I do think it's a fair question, and I think it's a fair early question. I mean, and you're right that certain financiers will see it a certain way, because they've structured their fund a certain way, and they have certain types of bets that they need to make with certain types of returns, and that's just how it works. But I think for a studio, they need to approach the types of VCs that are looking for that type of bet, and for that they do need to have their business model figured out. And it's not just a matter of picking it off the shelf. It's not just a matter of saying, all right, let's go free to play because it's proven in that game and that'll do well. It's a matter of how it integrates with their main gameplay, right? Because the best, I I've been looking to specialize in developing new economic models, not necessarily taking off the shelf things. And it's all of the new successful ones that have come in the past few years, or over the past 10 years. They've always started out very closely integrated with the gameplay. So, even, I don't know, say uh, something like a battle pass, like that was very, very
That was a trend.
closely
That was a
integrated.
moment.
It was, but like the way it came out, it was very much a Fortnite. Like eventually, it spread to other games, but Fortnite was a very good. And before Fortnite, in Valve games, like there was a certain structure of game that encouraged that sort of economic model, and they thought it through alongside the core gameplay. Like it wasn't something separate. It wasn't. I mean, yeah, you had Fortnite already, but they knew kind of the direction that they wanted it to go to, and this came out as an outgrowth of that and very integrated with that. So I think they come. The headline is they come together. So the core gameplay and the business model, they do need to come together, and they inform each other. They're closely symbiotic.
Yeah, it's funny because this is something that we've been debating for quite a while around, how the business model actually affects our gameplay. Because core to an MMO um, is not just like, the player economy and how people interact and trade items, crafting and money and value, but there's a secondary economy of the social economy because the players themselves are an economic unit. And it's one of those things where, like, in order for an MMO to work, you have to have a certain number of players online because you need to have a population to engage with. And you have to have a mix of new people and people that you know in order to be able to sustain the interest of every player. And you have to have gameplay oriented towards driving players together into interreliant situations so that they depend on one another and can form a friendship by helping each other out and potentially trade and create all those other fun social activities that make communities hum. But when we were talking about our early business model, Chris Zierhut was very firm on, like, we need to be free to play because free to play will get us the people that we need in en masse to be able to sustain an MMO environment. But if you look at like World of Warcraft, not modern WoW, but original WoW, that was a box sale plus a subscription.
Subscription, yeah.
It was madness. Like they got $60 per expansion and $15 a month. And it's unheard of today to be able to accomplish that. And you'd think that those things would be barriers to entry for an audience. And yet we had 15 million DAU at the height of Burning Crusade. So do you necessarily need to be free to play in order to get the audience that you need to sustain an MMO?
So no, the short answer is no, but the longer answer is there is an element of free to play that I think is necessary at this point, which is variable pricing. In the sense, like that's why free to play kind of blew up, and now it's become ossified. It's become just very settled in these forms that we have now, and it's become a little bit, well, it's this is what works. It needs to be this way because that's what worked. But the world's changed a lot even since these forums have become settled, and the fact that now you can have, I don't know, hundreds of millions put into UA around a certain free to play structure, and it still works to scale. It doesn't necessarily mean that there aren't better alternatives, but the important thing is to keep that variable pricing. So you were talking about crafting, you were talking about player-to-player economies. Those things, they're still very nascent. It's still all not really explored that much, except in maybe something like Roblox or There's a lot of it that is just grey market with MMOs because they rely on being a monopoly over assets in the game. You can't really have other people compete with you, come in and have your own players farm, I don't know, swords, and then they sell them against the swords that you want to sell, or skins, or whatever it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's they need to be monopoly economies, right? So that hasn't really been challenged properly. There's also this idea that the developer needs to be the monopolist over the content, they need to control the experience, and that's true again to an extent, but this again has been changed just very slowly. That's something where economic value can be created and variable pricing can come in, right? Because you have games now that give players some type of revenue sharing or some sort of material reward for creating in-game content, even though it has to be heavily moderated. So there are ways that you can still have variable pricing. It doesn't have to be classic free-to-play. You can even, there's WoW token, which was, I think we talked a little bit about, which basically, you can get some free gameplay out of that if you because it's on a secondary market and it can be traded for game time, right? You can, if it goes up in price, you sell it, you get some free game time out of that. So yeah, there are different models to try. I don't know if I went a little bit too far afield from the question.
No, I think you're on point, and it's funny because I think that in order to be able to make certain economies work, and this is the same thing I think with social game design, is you have to do things that make players upset.
Yeah.
You have to force players, and I got into a debate with a friend of mine about this. Like, you have to force players to be interreliant on one another to accomplish, get through certain content gates. Absolutely, in order to be able to facilitate, collaborative gameplay and to facilitate a need to have other players. That's core to our game philosophy. Secondarily, you have to have scarcity. Like, you can't just have everybody have the same items, because otherwise they don't have value. It's scarcity that drives value.
It's digital, so there's no scarcity.
In theory, but if you want to have a simulation of an environment, like the economy, like with Kingdoms of Amalur at 38 Studios, we debated a lot. Like, do we have an open economy or a closed economy, and what that does to the player base and what it does to player behavior? And it, like, making that decision, it's not as simple as just like saying, okay, we're going to have an open economy and endless resources, and you can just generate whatever it is that you want. Well, eventually you're going to dilute the system, and everything's going to lose value, and it's going to crash, and then nobody's going to want to play at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But if you have a closed economy with finite resources, just like the real world, hey, we can run out of water.
Yeah.
There's certainly abundant, and we can have a closed economy with abundant resources.
No, I'm getting flashbacks.
I think we could go down a rabbit hole here.
I'm getting flashbacks because I had my stint in Web3 when they were starting out, and there were a lot of these being discussed.
Oh no!
I had a little bit, guilty.
You went to the dark side.
It wasn't
for a
the dark
bit.
side then. It was very promising, and everyone was, the idea was
promiscuous.
Very promiscuous.
Sorry.
There are a lot of, there's a lot of that in free to play as well. So you can't, But yeah, 2021-ish, like, it seemed still promising, and it seemed like one of the few places where innovation was happening, at least on the game economy side, because mobile was pretty much stitched up. You know exactly what you're getting. So I will admit that I had my dealings with that. Afterwards, I turned probably into one of the biggest critics, which is one of my claims to fame. So I'm
You a critic? No.
Web3. Well, other things too, but yeah. Yeah.
No, see, the Catalin hot takes are legendary. So
Wow.
don't play that down. If y'all aren't following Catalin on LinkedIn, y'all are missing out on some of the best content that platform has to offer.
Thank you. It's always lovely to hear. Although people always go, "Oh, you're so nice in person." Like, what did you expect? Like, was anyone expecting me to like shove them into a table or what? It's just, yeah, I mean, it's I mean it's genuine. I think it can be a little bit over the top, but at the end of the day, I don't think I've ever said anything that was sort of untrue or.
That's the kicker, is that you haven't said anything untrue, but you've done it in a way that is biting and like throws up a mirror in.
Yeah, and I can understand. I can understand sometimes that doesn't go over well. That's all fine. It's something that you sort of take on board. But I do think we are very, very pleased with ourselves in the games industry. Like, we are so pleased with ourselves, even when we.
Oh, there's so much self-congratulation that happening, like every self-patting on the back.
And you could have. It was fine up until 2022 or something, before the layoffs started. I mean, it wasn't fine even then, but you could at least make the case, right? Like, it's working for some people. There's growth. There's whatever. Now I find that a lot harder to just get along with.
The industry has humbled us, so we might as well fall back and like humble ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, we are the industry, so I think everyone could use a little bit of a reality check. Although I do have a certain limit that I observe. Like, it's never about just dunking on fools, right? It's never about just being mean for mean's sake, or not even about being mean at all. It's literally like just taking a dose of reality in and kind of coming back down to the ground.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Well, I think, speaking of coming back down to the ground, being realistic, I would love your opinion on what it is that we've built. And, is it realistic for us to try to get a game like this funded in today's day and age? But first, you have to experience the game for yourself.
All
So, are you ready to play?
Sure. Let's do it.
Okay, let me figure out my controls here. It's been a hot minute since I've run this. Is this it? No, this is just me. Hold on. It's this one. We'll just do this. So this is Catalin's screen.
Yeah.
Shall we play Haven?
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna hit enter world and go for it.
Let's do this.
Oh. What's
I'm playing on a different machine, so I'm going to be looking over to the side a little bit.
Okay. All right. So.
Oh yeah.
So far, so MMO.
So far, so MMO. Yeah. Feel free to live tweet as you go.
Live tweet. Is this? Is that an integration you have?
If you're tweeting, like as in talking.
Oh,
I guess.
okay.
It's a metaphor for talking.
Right. Yeah. Well,
there's a quest right there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Don't miss out on the quest.
But what am I gonna go out, like, even when you go out to a restaurant, you don't leave your wallet behind, right? Like, you have to look around a bit.
That's fair. That's
See what
fair.
you can grab. All right, let's do the quest.
You don't order the first thing on the menu.
Yeah, that too. All right, how can I help you today? Oh, it's a ghost, right? Do you need me to read the text? Because
oh no. Yeah, when somebody gets to actually play, when the audience gets to play themselves, they can get the amazing voiceover from our lead producer, Jen Williamson. But in the meantime, let's just have at it.
All right.
Did you accept the quest?
I'm not sure I did. That's I'm already
down at the bottom.
I'm already a UX liability.
Oh no, it's actually okay. I like to see people fail with our UX because it reminds me of all the bugs that I have yet to fix.
Okay.
Because I'm also the UX UI designer on the game because I don't have enough jobs.
Right. Well, remind me to be extra spicy about the UX then.
Please do. Please do. Just there's a bus over here and I'm happy to climb underneath it.
Okay. Well, where's my epic mount? Because I've been playing for 10 whole seconds and I feel like I deserve one.
You gotta earn that shit, my friend.
I mean, not the most expensive one, but like the second most expensive one. I feel like I've earned it. It's like 10 seconds. All right.
Oh God. Oh God. Where is he going?
I need to build a house and gather some wood. All right.
Well,
I mean, wood. It's not really the material I had in mind for my 10-room villa, but we'll make do.
Well, you know what? There is this whole thing about survival games where the first thing you have to do is collect some twigs. So have at it.
Yeah. All right. I think I saw some back here.
There might be a tree you can chop down somewhere.
Okay. Well, yeah, got it. That's a lot of bars. That's a lot of progress bars.
Oh, let's go.
Okay.
Nothing to make you feel like there's progress than
Yeah,
progress.
no, I was gonna say I feel like I'm making so much progress. How much wood do I need?
Well, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
I mean,
Check your quest log. I think it's L.
there we go. All right.
You've got your 3 wood.
I've got 3, and okay, cool. So I need to return to the beacon. All right.
I don't know if you can tell, but you're being stalked. Hello. It me.
Right. What's the dance emote or the?
Dance should be number 0 on your action bar.
Okay, there we go. Is that?
Oh, that's cheer. And 9 is cheer, 0 is dance.
All right. Well, first order of business, like a bunch more dances.
Obviously.
I feel like.
And also you can jump, and 7 is wave.
Okay, so some Romanian Manila videos for inspo. Like you're gonna be the only MMO with those. So.
Please send them my way. I will get them to our animation team the minute we can hire them.
All right. Cool. So where is the violence?
Where is the violence? Well, first you had instructions to build a house.
I did, yes, and I went to the quest, and I feel like I wanted to hit accept.
It says build a fire.
Oh, right, okay, I've got.
Well, how are you going to build?
I mean,
check your interface.
I kind of want to set something on fire, so maybe the two can coincide. Like maybe there's a way to do both.
Yeah. You just got to build the fire, and then you can sing. We didn't start the fire.
All right. Well, I need where do I build the fire?
Well, in the lower right-hand corner, there's a little hammer icon.
Hammer. All right. So you can just build it anywhere.
Yes, you sure can.
Okay.
And now double-click on the fire. Now you've laid down. You've set up the fire. Now double-click on the wood in your interface. Add.
And another wood.
Ooh. No, there you go. Just double hit add. Yeah, there you go. Yay, I see an interface bug fixed. Something that you wouldn't know because you haven't played before while you build this fire.
I mean,
though I could come in. Oh, you did it. Good job.
Hell yeah.
Congratulations. Now go turn in that quest, big guy. Champion. That's like the first step in Survivor.
Sure. In Survivor. So Survivor, what, the reality show?
The TV show.
Oh, is that
Yes.
is
So you got to learn how to build a fire.
so that's where this came from, right? Got it.
Yeah, that's the inspo.
Okay. So
All right, now what is the oh, build a house.
I thought I had this one already. No, no, no. I just got wood, but I can't remember what the wood was for.
Okay, well, now that you've learned how to build a fire, how would you build a
I
house?
mean, I've got the hammer, and there we go. I may not be my observation skills might not be top notch, but my memory hasn't gone yet.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, so let's just add some. Yeah,
You
I
got,
can't say I
oh,
figured.
there we
I
are.
can't say
Let
I
me help.
figured this one
Let me
out.
help you.
Okay. Oh yeah.
We can all build it together.
All right. Okay.
Yay! Well done.
Uh,
We built a house.
yeah. I mean, this. I
Woohoo!
was envisioning a few more floors and a pool and maybe some Italian marble, but it's a good starter one.
You're level 1, dude.
I mean, I feel like you're not in touch with the with the average MMO gamer right now. It's been 10 seconds. Why don't I have
Well, I
everything?
mean, yeah, about that. No.
All right. So
All right.
what's the
So,
next thing?
if you notice that this terrain is actually kind of lumpy. It was completely flat before, but now it has some texture and some dimension. We have a little bit of a problem where I see a bug where the house is now like a little akimbo and sitting over the ground, which is a slight problem, but we'll fix that later.
Okay.
Terrain changes had an unanticipated consequence, but that's
Should
okay.
Should
That's
I?
okay. So, if you hang around your house, check this out. So you see that icon? Do you know where your buffs are? Where would
I
your buffs be?
mean, here, right? The this bar right here.
Well, well, up near your health bar, up at the top,
Okay. Right.
are the buffs that you have
Oh,
currently
these
on
ones.
you. Those
All
little
right.
squares. Yeah. So what happens in our game is if you build a house, you get
Disconnected.
disconnected.
That's all right.
And a crashed server. You may need to quit and relaunch because
That's all right.
somebody crashed the server while we were playing. Hold on. Let me go check out what's going on. Oh, the whole server went down. So this is where it's handy that I am also the server engineer because I can fix
Hi.
this. Welcome back. No big
Yeah.
deal. Somebody crashed the server. I don't know what they were doing.
No worries. It's good that we're recording this, I guess.
Yeah, for our friends in the audience, this we had to be pre-recorded because Catalin is playing out of Romania and I'm on the east coast of the US and I think there's an 8-hour difference. No big deal.
Yeah.
But that's all right. Hold on.
No.
I'm
No
not
worries.
sure.
I'll restart the prototype. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, hold on. I've got to reset the server because the server like legit completely crashed.
Well, if there are any indies in the audience who were dreaming of making MMOs, this is like 80% of the experience. So
Yeah, well, your presence was just so powerful that our server couldn't handle it.
Yeah, I get that a lot, but I promise to tone it down.
Okay, okay. But I appreciate your presence. Okay, so let's run this thing again.
Okay. I think it heard me talking about monetization, and it just noped out.
Alrighty, I think, are we back up?
Am I still sharing my screen? No, there we go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see you.
Okay, I'm entering the world again.
Yep, I'm seeing everybody log in my server logs.
Okay.
Oh, you formed a party?
Did I?
You did.
Oh my God, that's
Miss Sonia.
more skill than I thought.
You have
Okay,
mad skills. Actually, our game has auto grouping, for better or
Okay.
worse.
Yeah, no, there's no way that can ever go wrong.
No, it wouldn't
Alright.
cause any sort of griefing.
Yeah, let me finally
care
give
of
me
that
some
guy.
violence. Yeah, although
See,
like
there's that violence you
seems
were
to
seeking.
be. Yeah, but it seems to be
Wanting
taking care of me more likely.
Oh yeah. Hold on.
Right? Where's
Don't worry.
my potions or my?
Let me
Oh yeah,
help you with this.
Yeah, my backup, my homies.
Yep, I got you. I got you, fam. I mean, you could help me with it. I mean, just don't stand there.
I mean, I'm fragile. I'm precious, like a little baby, like a flower.
A precious little flower of a tank.
Baby tank.
You're a very useful engine.
All right. What's the next one?
All right. Where's the next bit of violence? So where did your house go?
You know, I'm asking myself the same. I mean, I was building a real estate empire here.
All that hard work.
I know.
And your house got wiped.
I'm glad I didn't go for the villa. All right, I need to go grab more.
Well, don't worry.
More wood.
It's a prototype. That's my excuse for everything.
Yeah, simple but effective.
All
So
right, double-click on it.
Can anyone come in and build?
Yes, for right now. Oh, but you leveled. That's good. But anybody can help build too.
Right. Okay.
All right. So, well done. First off, recovering your homestead. Now, if you look on your action bar in position number 6, again, we haven't paced out the awarding of all of your abilities the way that you would classically in an MMO. We just give you it all at once because of #demo, right?
Yeah.
The pacing would be a little bit longer in the real world. But in position number 6 is a buff.
Yeah.
And you can cast it on yourself. You can also click on me to target me. And give it to me. Oh.
All right.
Sorry, you can also modify your house. That was it. Like, if you click on the walls of your house, you can delete walls.
Oh, there we go. We're getting to the good stuff.
See? Doors.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was an outdoor shower or...
You can do some great remodeling.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's kind of the future mode of the game where you can customize your house and that affects like the quality of the buff that you get from your house.
Right. And will everyone just be able to build next to each other? I assume there's going to be like a town, right?
You got it. Yeah, and
Um,
the more people that you have in your town, the more economic viability you have, and the greater your power level. In fact, it's a town that determines your overall like power level. In
the town
theory,
determines your the town
yes,
determines your power level.
yes. So how hard you hit depends on how big of a town you are a part of.
Wow, that's okay. And yeah, I really love that. It's I mean, it's got a whole loads of implications for the economy, but so is that true for
What is
everyone
that?
who has houses in your town, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. If you have your house in a town, that is your citizenship. And there's all
Um,
sorts of like social gameplay that happens in the town. And then there's an economy between towns. They can have caravans and shopkeepers. So if you can travel town to town, you can get items from each other's towns, items that you craft. Like if your town has a specialty of making a specific type of cookies, I would come to your town for your cookies.
all right. Okay.
I mean,
Um,
now you should be able to do a lot better against that Kraken root now that you have these buffs.
yeah, no, we sure showed him. Okay.
So there's more to do.
So the towns. Well, I'm stuck on the towns now. So we're gonna do the. We're gonna do this, but I'm stuck on the towns now. So like, are those fully player authored?
No, they're kind of theoretical and in a design doc at this point. But we have
Okay.
grand ambitions for what the town style like. There's gameplay here and progression based in your town.
Okay.
But then from the town, you can. I don't know what happened to your NPC with that dialogue. That looks like a weird dialogue I'm not used to. But go ahead and let's do a crazy thing and
Okay.
teleport to Adventureland.
Right. I'm up for anything.
Wrong button though. There you go. So it's
It
not just that
happens.
zone. We have procedurally generated adventure zones where, look,
Okay.
you can meet lots of new friends.
Hello, friends.
Oh, and notice
Where?
that we have one healer for all of these tanks and mages. Of course.
Yeah, I was. That was a conscious decision on my part. It was like this playthrough is going to be all about me. I'm not supporting anyone.
Let's do this. Oh, and
All
there's
right,
new
it's
quests.
gather cotton fiber. All right, rocks. There needs to be a mushroom one. All right, is there no apple one?
Oh, there's no
Mushrooms and
apples.
apples, right?
There's no apples. There's a rock one, so you can rock and roll. This is a whole new quest line right now. I am 100% here for this.
Okay.
So you've met some new friends?
Hey, I can only interact by the medium of dance. So
You can't type?
nope. This is my role playing situation right now.
Oh, you're a mute. I see.
I'm
Yeah.
a mute dancing warrior. Yeah.
I support you. All right.
All right.
We're following you.
Sure. Let's.
You're in charge. Large and in charge. Let's go.
Oh, just like real life then. All right.
100%.
So. All right. So we just do some more violence and see if I can steal whoever's cabin
Absolutely.
this is. All right. But can I demolish this or? do anything with it?
Not yet.
Nah.
It's just there to look pretty for you.
All right. And boars. Are there any boars?
No boars, but there are wolves.
Oh shit! Where are the wolves?
Well, you're gonna have to go exploring to find them.
Oh look, that's I knew there was a mansion somewhere.
You can claim it. Or I wish you could. Not yet, but you will.
I mean, I feel like I deserve it. Whoa!
I support you.
Right,
I think you found the wolves.
oh, they found me. Same diff. All right, first crabs, wolf bone. So what's the crafting situation?
Well, back in town, there are other things that you can build that can help you craft.
Okay. Is there a
Aggro.
is there a teleport?
You want to teleport back home already? What? Is it
Well,
not? Are you not entertained?
I am, but I wanted to craft, better weapons. But it's not
That's
urgent. I'll do
well.
it when we're back.
I appreciate the impulse, though.
Um,
Are you collecting more resources? I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah, no, I'm a bit of a hoarder in
Good.
games in general.
Good.
All right, level 4.
Do it.
That's I never really got the point of those superordinate cursors in MMOs, but I do now.
That was one of my favorite things in WoW.
Well, the cursor.
Yeah, it did so much for understanding what was interactable and what it was for.
Yeah, no, fair enough. It's you don't know what you got till it's gone.
Exactly.
Okay.
We've got quite a mess on our hands with all these guys.
Yeah. And wow, you how did you afford Celine Dion for the soundtrack?
Oh, if only the audience could hear us and hear the music. Because the music is so good. It is the work of the amazing Gene Rosenberg.
I mean, yeah. It definitely
collect
puts you into
resources. All the
yeah,
resources.
I mean, I'm just mindlessly getting everything. That's just the
You're a
professional.
good gamer.
Yeah, exactly. It's just second nature by now. You just
Uh-oh.
scarf down everything.
I have
All right,
aggro.
well,
Help!
oh, I'm not being a great teammate.
You're fired.
Well, you can't fire me because I'm the boss. So
Oh, that's right.
yeah, you said so at the start. Can't
I
change it
did.
now.
What's this?
All right, so
Follow. What's this over here?
it's very very natural, very
Very.
very lore integrated. Right.
Yeah, totes.
All right. Well, why is this guy running? Okay.
What is this giant glowing thing? I think he's.
Has he turned friendly?
Oh, I think that there's a no-kill perimeter.
Okay.
You did not gather any cotton fiber?
No, and
Not enough rocks either.
It's pathetic. One rock. It's just what in this
Shame on
economy.
you. In this economy.
Yeah,
Let's see, what did I do?
I'm just gonna go harvest some more. No, wait, that one. Oh, right. When someone harvests, then it's blank afterwards. All right, got it. All right, so
If you go back to that glowing tree. You're. Uh-oh, wait, hold on. Turn around.
what? I mean, I saw this guy,
Yeah, you did.
and
That's new.
I'm like, what?
That's
The
gonna.
glowing tree can wait.
The glowing tree can wait.
All right.
Oh God, no. Don't cast on that guy because we have ads.
Yep. Not on the.
I
Not
don't
on the
think we
big
have a
guy.
healer.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not sure things would go too well if we tried, but I'm level 6 now.
Well, for some reason, I can't even attack. So
You can't?
I don't know. It seems like I'm clicking monsters and the attack
Oh.
animation doesn't quite.
Oh, no. He's aggroed.
Well, I think he's aggroed me.
But
I got him.
we got him.
I could use some bronze.
All right, let's go back to that glowing tree.
Yeah. Well, I know what the toilets in that mansion are going to be made of.
That golem was new. That wasn't there last week.
Yeah. No. You know what? I that's what I thought.
And that creature is not targetable. I apologize.
That's all right.
It's a bugged out
Okay.
bug.
Let's see if we got if we got enough stuff. No, we have no stuff.
Oh, okay, so the quest objectives aren't getting triggered, but that's okay. No, you gotta. Did you see that there was a teleport button, or did you miss that one?
Teleport button on this? Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I tend to go past the teleport buttons. Okay. So we didn't do the quests from the one before.
No.
But that's okay.
Well, we may die.
Yeah, this guy looks scary. Is that all of us?
I don't know.
All right. Shall we
There's some of us.
Leroy Jenkins in?
Let's see how it goes.
All right. Well.
Oh, but oh my God, there's fishing.
What?
Okay, no, we're not going to fish. We don't have time to fish right now, Irena.
Well, now because I've actually made a few fishing mini games in my day, so I wouldn't mind seeing that. Is this guy a boss or is he just like one of the mobs?
This is the boss.
Ah, okay. That explains it.
Uh-oh.
Did the server drop again?
Yep. Welcome to MMO development.
All right, I'll try and restart.
Oh, you won't be able to restart without a server. Let me reset the server. But when we log back in, you'll have all of your stuff. So it's really a quick teleport home.
Sure, no worries. So that quest line, how many biomes do you have, or how many
We
levels? I
currently have
don't
three or four biomes. I mean, the fourth one is a Christmas holiday biome, so um,
okay.
that one only comes up seasonally. Um, but and the zones aren't fully polished out beyond this one and a desert biome that we have. But there's multiple biomes and multiple items that drop from each of these biomes that then you can just take home and craft with. But the intention is to create this hub and spoke model of you've got your village and you go out and explore, gather some stuff, bring it back, and then build more. And back and forth in a wonderful core loop.
Yeah, the classic MMO, right? So I think you were saying at one point that the focus is more on the younger users.
Yeah, it's not necessarily focus on the younger users, but the intention is to make a game that is more family friendly so that you can play with younger kids.
Right. Okay.
Not super young kids though, but middle schoolers. My 8-year-old, he's not so good with a keyboard, so he doesn't want to play. He wants us to have controller support before he jumps in. But
Yeah.
he loves playing on his iPad.
Yeah. I mean, it's what you grow up with, right?
Yes,
That's the biggest predictor.
absolutely. It's funny because I think one of the things that we are short-sighted about as adults making games is that kids' standards right now for an expectation for fidelity and game experience is Minecraft and Roblox.
Yeah.
So
And yeah, no,
it's a little
this is it.
right.
Yeah,
Right. It's
they
lower.
don't care about graphics as much. Yeah, about fidelity. But I don't necessarily think that's. I mean, it's more that they don't really think about it. I think rather
Hmm.
than
It's not as
it's
important
just
to
not
them.
important. Yeah. Whereas yeah, for us it's sort of ingrained because we didn't choose this. We didn't have a choice. The choice of having uh, n- poor graphics or good.
Yeah. I mean, so what do you think? Do you think this would be a fun game to play, like with family members and kind of like a collaborative, family game night?
Family game night.
Yeah.
So if we're talking specifically about family game night, then for sure the potential is there. Um, Outside of that very structured, like it's harder to imagine kind of a family just spontaneously, just oh let's play an MMO together because I don't think that's a usage pattern that's kind of present in the PC market. Like unless you have hardcore MMO player parents who are specifically wanting to introduce their children to that and kind of continue the legacy the way you have hardcore Nintendo parents, for instance, then it's yeah that would be harder to kind of see where there's just random non MMO playing people just going like yeah let's do an MMO for tonight because it's quite high intensity. Like it's got all of the high intensity kind of loops from MMOs. It needs a lot of focus. It needs a lot of attention, and it's that part I think has kind of fallen by the wayside for the younger audience. Like they're always doing like 40 different things at the same time.
Hmm.
So
But is that what we want them to be doing? Or do we want like I think there's a matter of a chicken and egg thing with
yeah, no, I agree.
attention spans where, we can't make our kids have a better attention span if we don't have content that drives them there.
No, I completely agree. And that's where you run into the problem of so whenever, for instance, mobile games or even the Roblox games, like whenever any product has certain excesses that have social downsides, the defense is always, well, the consumers are choosing it, and that's the market. And what are you going to do? Go against the market? It's freedom. You can't tell people what to play. But yeah, I know. It's that's the conflict. That's the conflict, right? It's like, what are you going to ban McDonald's or because it's unhealthy, or but it's, as you say, a chicken and egg problem, and it's very much a framing problem, because then what you're describing would make it sort of an educational game, and that has a certain, so that market has a certain structure, certain entry points, and certain constraints on top of it.
You
And
can't
what are they
innovate if you comply with constraints and
I
standard
agree.
patterns.
Well, this is, now I'm going into kind of business pro mode, and going back
Okay,
to
business bro, serve it up.
well, no, it's just that things tend to, like, change is very hard to do. Systems want to stay the same the way they
Yeah, they
are,
do.
and anything disruptive, like that dirty word, but I mean it in a very precise, very sort of B school way, the Clayton Christensen kind of definition of
Yeah.
it. So anything disruptive needs to be aware of that context of those constraints, and come in the entry points that are kind of have the least resistance in them, because they come in and they solve other pain points for potential customers, not the ones where that everyone is serving and over serving, right? So I don't know, iPhone is probably the classic example, where they came in, everyone had keyboards, everyone had, better processing power. They were trying to get PC software on phones, and that was the smartphone market. And then they came in, they're like, no, actually, nobody, actually, there's this huge pool of clients who don't care about Office on your phone, who don't care about having, a keyboard. They care about being able to get on the web super quickly and intuitively, by using their thumbs, and you need a big screen for that, so that you abstract away the keyboard, right? So, that's, I realize I'm coming at it from kind of more of a product perspective, but unfortunately, it's a product even for kids. Kids are also a market, whether we like it or not, even though parents are the sort of the gatekeepers of that market, at least in theory, not so much anymore, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I certainly have considered a lot of these factors in kind of how we approach this game. And quite honestly, like, the only way you can get through any sort of resistance and, from the business bro pushback, is honestly playtesting and getting it out in front of these types of players and getting their feedback and finding out if they would play it. And it's funny because our dev team, which was all present during the playtest, they were amazing, jumping in. Like, most of them have kids, and one of their kids had not seen the game before yesterday, in fact. And he's 11, and said, hey dad, like, what's that? Like, that game looks cool. Like, I want to play that. When can I play it? And that is the response that we almost universally get from somebody in that kind of 8 to 12 age bracket. That age bracket that's playing a lot of Roblox and looking for something new, looking for something fresh, that has some familiar aspects. And I don't know if you know this, but Roblox has a game that's quite popular called World Zero, that is a
Okay.
straight up dupe of WoW.
Yeah, I'm not surprised in the least. And this is sort of, it sort of goes to my point, in that I'm not surprised. I'm sure there are the way, a lot of 12-year-olds were transfixed when World of Warcraft first came along. Like I'm sure there's that audience there. It's getting in front of them. It's more of a distribution problem really than anything else. And for instance, would you? I don't know. Maybe it's a loaded question. Maybe it's not an entirely appropriate question. But for instance, would you be open to moving development onto Roblox of the game?
We would actually no, we don't want to be on Roblox
Yeah.
for very specific reasons. However, the distribution problem is actually very easily solvable, and we have a solution for that. We just have to be able to pull the trigger.
Right.
And getting into that audience is not as hard or as impenetrable as we imagine it to be. In fact, it's the most virulent, what's that word?
Virulent.
Yes, audience that you can possibly imagine. You just have to actually build games that they want to play, and with gameplay incentives that drive referrals. And once you can do that, I mean, Nikita Beer solved that problem with gas and with TBH. He did the same thing twice, and it worked just as well twice. And he got to the top of the App Store with a $0 marketing spend. How?
Okay. Maybe, I'm not sure I'm familiar.
If you
Nikita
are
Beer?
you? Yeah. No, you'll have to. He's somewhat of a legend because he built the same app twice and then sold it for stupids of millions of dollars twice to different buyers. Once to Meta
Right.
and once to Discord.
Okay.
But there are ways and there are means, but the challenge is we don't want to pull that trigger until the game is ready. As you saw, it's not. I mean, it's a lot less stable with this build this week. And we'll have to figure out why it was more stable with last week's build. But this is the challenge of working with a skeleton crew. We just need funding to be able to create that stability and expand out the systems like we talked about. There's so much potential here.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, that's sort of the maddening thing. You can see the potential there. It's literally it's more getting past the surface things and kind of getting to the systems underneath, which it's hard to do in a short in a short demo. But I would really love to understand kind of more how those plan systems kind of fit in with kids' usage patterns and with the platforms that they game on, because right now it seems very like a PC centric, and that it is a PC centric
cross-platform.
Right. But I mean, the control scheme and what I'm playing right now.
Yeah.
But
our mobile build is a little bit different, but we have different platform builds that we can build for. It's just and the intention is to go cross-platform from day one.
Yeah. So it's again coming to that phrase, chicken and egg problem. Even being on even platforms have this chicken and egg problem in the sense that on mobile you expect a certain session time, you expect certain play patterns, you expect certain progressions, and once that's not happening, then it's just harder to drive users to that. And you may have specific tactics, and I can't speak to that, but once it's something that's not very typical for that platform, then it's just very, very hard to kind of function in the modality of that platform, right?
Yeah.
So it's you have games, for instance, that are like Dead Cells, for example. It's done really well on mobile, but that's because it's done really well on PC. You've got, I don't know, Balatro, right? Vampire Survivors as well. But if they didn't have that, burst of virality, and I never want to say it's luck, because I know how hard it is, how much hard work goes into it, and I can see that the design kind of reasons why those games blew up. There is an element of emergence, let's put it that way, in how those blew up that you can't really rely on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so yeah, it's not a straightforward problem. Like, I don't think it's just a problem of putting it on mobile and adapting the controls. It's something that I don't think anyone really knows if the usage patterns are created by the platform, or if the games just adapted, like the games themselves are creating the usage patterns, and that's just what works on that platform. So yeah, it's that problem space that sort of needs to be attacked, because when you can have the most amazing game on iPad, it's still going to be next to 400 other distractions and TikTok and notifications and all that, and Roblox.
100%. 100%. Well, therein lies the rub and the challenge of any game that comes out, is the myriad of distractions and other draws of attention of our user base. And how do you create that focused experience, that deeply engaged experience that makes longer attention spans second nature to the players, and they don't even think about it because they'd rather just keep going and killing the next mob and having that compulsion loop, rather than following that distracting notification. But we hope to be getting there. We'll see. We need more.
Right.
We need more design. We need more budget. We need a bigger team. Those things will come. I have faith that we'll get somebody to help support and develop this further.
I mean, I obviously hope that's the case, and wish for it to be the case. I will say, to our earlier chat about free to play, this is why it's important to have the business case, the business model, marry the core loop, and those usage patterns and the progression, and this is why I consider economy design and game design to be inextricably intertwined. Like, they're the same thing for all intents and purposes, because for what you're describing, for a long attention span and focused play, but that doesn't become addictive, and that isn't driven in unhealthy ways, then free to play is not as good a match. For subscription is probably a better match for that. But then you have the problem of the paywall, and kind of having to hop over that fence, and limiting the total addressable market by quite a bit. So it's probably something that requires a bespoke kind of model, a bespoke approach, very focused. Putting together, you're talking about that family night aspect, which again would be, the family night game. Like, that's a very specific positioning that can work, right? So putting all those three together in a very intentional way, rather than just saying, well, let's just have the biggest audience, so go free to play, because then free to play needs to be supported with huge LTVs and
all of the above, and
fun user
live
acquisition
ops
and all that. Yep,
all those things. The challenge and the struggle is real. Well, thank you so much, Catalin, for joining us today and talking about these things. I think I've learned a lot from this conversation, and I'm sure our viewers have too. This has been a good one. I think that there's a lot of juicy content to take home and bring home to our team. So thank you for that.
Thanks. Hopefully it was useful. It was an absolute pleasure. I'm glad we got to do it after all this time of trying. And I hope my mediocre MMO skills were not a drag.
No, though you did crash the server before we could, kill Kabamat. So I'm just going to have to blame you for that one.
I feel like that just comes with the territory. Like, you should have known that would happen.
Your awesome presence could not be contained by that
Exactly.
server.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you again for joining us. And I really look forward to the next time that I can actually launch a server and get you playing with me on it.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Anytime.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. And if you're interested, we'll be back next week with another amazing guest. But in the meantime, have a wonderful weekend, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.
Bye.
Hit that button and buy a t-shirt with a dragon on it, and that will help us keep making some awesome games. Looks like this. I've already seen a Unleashed t-shirt out in the wild that I wasn't wearing, and I'm super excited about seeing more of them. So yeah, buy a t-shirt.